Recently, I finished a book called The Presence Process by Michael Brown, and I wanted to share a little bit about it with you. The Presence Process is basically a journey into present moment awareness, and I'm just going to, according to the book, read you the definition of that. Present moment awareness is a state of being as opposed to something we do. The simplest definition of present moment awareness is to be fully aware of the moment we are in, or to be present in the moment. Now, this book contains about 120 pages of prerequisite reading. Once you get through the reading, you enter the process, which is a 10-week process. In that 10 weeks, you will be doing twice a day breathing sessions. First thing in the morning when you wake up, last thing you do before you go to bed. 15 minutes of connected breathing, along with daily reading. No reading head, which was really hard for me. In that time, you will experience a wild range of emotions. The idea behind the book is that from ages 0 to 7, all of our emotional imprinting is done. So sometimes things that we don't even remember, memories we don't even remember, are still impacting our day-to-day experience today. Fears, anxieties, emotions that are tied to memories, and we don't really have access to those memories all the time, and so we don't know why we continue to perpetuate these feelings or ideas or beliefs into our daily experience. From the author, I'll just read a little tidbit about it. Through experiencing presence, we become present. By completing this process, we are trained as self-facilitators of our ongoing journey into present moment awareness. We are reconnected with an aspect of our beingness that's continually available to guide us, which frees us from seeking this guidance from outer sources. The presence process is a journey we take into ourselves. It takes us through forgotten memories and into unfamiliar emotional territory. As it does so, it equips us to integrate the suppressed fear, anger, and grief that seep into our daily experience. This emotional terrain may at first appear alien to us, but it's this forgotten energetic landscape that reunites us with our inherent innocence, joy, and creativity. Well, from personal experience, I can say that this book is wildly transformative. And I've known a lot of people, or met a lot of people that have done the process, and everyone's had their own unique experience with it. For those of you that know me and know my story, I had a little bit of a traumatic childhood, and so there's definitely a lot of suppressed stuff down there. And like I'm always saying with nutrition, you don't know that you feel bad until you experience feeling good. I definitely felt like I was a happy, thriving person. I'm always seeking to become a better person, today than I was yesterday. And I am always working on self-improvement and meditation and yoga and, all these things, working towards happiness all the time. But there was always this underlying fear and anxiety that I sat with. My belief is that it came from having a childhood where even when things were going okay, something really horrific was about to happen and always did. The carpet was always ripped out of underneath of me, or the next traumatic event was always about to unfold. And so even in my adult life, as I've created this incredible life that I absolutely love, there's always this feeling of anxiety and fear that I sat with all the time, even when I was happy, even when things were going great. It just sat in my chest all the time, this feeling of fear, this feeling of not knowing what was coming next. And I never knew where it came from. And I've done a lot of different types of therapies. Some of you have heard of EMDR, which is like the tapping therapy, and I did that. I had a lot of breakthroughs with that, but I didn't really have the same experience as the presence process, and here's why. The presence process with the prerequisite reading takes you through exactly what you're going to experience. It really holds your hand through the entire thing. So when these things start coming up for you, it's not foreign. You don't feel awful and then decide you want to run away from the experience. You know that the only way through it or out of it is through it. So you just are more inclined to actually see it through. For me, I had some wild experiences with the presence process. Everything from vivid dreams of people from my past where I got to kind of make peace with them, from during my breathing sessions where I would be breathing and all of a sudden an emotion or a memory would surface that I didn't even know was in there. That was the wildest of all. I mean, there were times when I was, curled up in a fetal position, crying my eyes out as if I was the 5-year-old experiencing that memory right then and there. Scary. I mean, everything inside of me wanted to run away from it, but because I knew what I was doing and because I knew what I was being guided through, I completed it. I was able to get through it and come out the other side just a more incredible person than I entered. I don't know that it's for everybody, but I certainly had an amazing experience. When I entered the presence process, I, lived a certain way, which was the only way that I knew. And coming out of it, it's almost like I've cleaned out my closet, my emotional closet or the heart closet, whatever you want to call it. And I've just gotten rid of all that extra stuff in there that I'm never going to use, that I don't need. It just cleared it out. And now I have this open closet to fill with whatever I want. And it's a unique experience. It feels really amazing to be able to kind of rewrite that story. And we have these natural tendencies to want to fill up that closet again with some of that old stuff. But I'm sitting here with this new sense of awareness that I've never experienced before. So as these old schools of thought and old stories that I used to tell myself start coming in, it's easy to spot those and send them packing. So I had an amazing experience with the presence process, and I really wanted to share that with you. If that speaks to you at all, I highly recommend the book. Definitely worth the investment, the time investment. It's such a fun, incredible experience. Definitely can be challenging, but so worth the reward that sits on the other side. So again, if that speaks to you at all, The Presence Process by Michael Brown, I highly recommend it. And feel free to email me if you have any questions or want to run anything by me, Nastasha@choicejuicery.com. I am always open, or of course you can private message me on Facebook. Hope you all have a beautiful day, and thanks for listening.